Hey guys, Nick here. Thanks for coming by. One of the things that I've had a lot of people say to me is, in regards to their diagnosis, is that they don't like talking about it, and I understand that. It what I'm about to say may make a few people mad, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, having cirrhosis and liver disease isn't it's not a cool thing to have per se. And when I say that, it's not like people don't run marathons, for liver disease research. There aren't big sports teams or anything like that wearing colors, to show support for cirrhosis. There's people don't like talking about going to their GI, their gastroenterologist. People don't like talking about having to have colonoscopies and things like that. So I think with that inherent kind of being in the closet per se about there's it's more difficult to get good treatment, and it's even harder to find a social circle where you feel comfortable in. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today is that you know I, I think that there is a certain stigma with liver disease and cirrhosis, and I know there are several people that are subscribers to this channel that are in my Facebook group that I've talked to that their liver disease is not alcohol related. There are people that were born with a fatty liver, or people that just have, other in just genetic, problems. And I feel that, while not as much there's not as much stigma, with it, but there's almost more rage and anger by the person afflicted because they didn't do anything to bring this upon themselves per se. They it's like someone that gets lung cancer but doesn't smoke. There's a completely different mindset. I feel like that you would have to go through, to kind of be not at peace, but able to kind of face it day to day. And I'm pretty uneducated when it comes to that because mine is because of alcohol. Mine's because of years of alcohol abuse. And so that's what I can speak on more specifically. And it's like, I used to have a lot of shame by telling people that I was in recovery or that I was in AA, because they're kind of like, oh, you're an alcoholic, and there's that picture, that people have, like the cartoon, of the drunken bum, or, we all have our idea, as to what that long time alcoholic, is like. And in a lot of cases, it's not true, but because it's viewed as like a self-inflicted, type disease, no one wants to talk about it. And I encourage you guys to find, whether it be groups like mine or this channel, or just search online, do it anonymously if you need to talk about your disease, because you're now fighting it on two fronts. I mean, you're fighting the physical aspect of it and the mental aspect that goes along with it, but then you have to add shame on top of it, and that's a three-headed beast, that's pretty tough to take on. And I'm not suggesting that everybody be as open, as I've been. I'm not saying, put your story online. I did a lot of soul searching before I did that, but I did it because I couldn't find any help. Carrie and I couldn't, and it was, if you've seen that little movie, I forget the name of it, but it's like see a need, fill a need, and there was a need for this. So I really made it my mission, to try to find these things. So there's a lot of great sites out there that you can go to. You can go to the American Liver Foundation, which is an amazing establishment, that focuses around the whole spectrum of liver disease, not just cirrhosis. You can look at medical sites like Vanderbilt University Medical Center or the Mayo Clinic. These are huge medical organizations, that have information about transplant. They have information about, uh, ways that you can participate, by volunteering. There's, resources that you can go to. Um, if you have any nurse or health or physician friends, anybody in the medical field, I mean, you can ask them, do they know of any support groups? If you attend AA, or any type of addiction recovery, there's a really good chance that somebody in there has some type of liver issue, and they might be further down the road. They may be, recovered from it. I've met some people that have had their transplants. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff out there if you look. And I'm going to challenge myself to do a better job of letting you guys know where a lot of these resources are and how you can access them. I'm thinking about doing some live streams coming up here in the next few weeks. I'm not sure if that's something that you guys would be interested in. It would have to be a scheduled time for any of you guys that have seen live chat things before. It'd be a scheduled time, and I would answer questions, and we would just kind of have an open dialogue, and maybe if we have some recurring people, we can do a shared screen, and have a lot of people, in that meeting. So I'm willing to and open to kind of expanding our reach, because there aren't a lot of things out there, and I've had to, I've done a lot of reading, stuff online about, and I was never big into self-help, but I've been doing a lot of, reading of articles and things like that, because you really need something to help pull you out of a funk, and I'm lucky in the sense that I have Carrie, as just another rock beside me, but I know there's so many people that don't have that. And I say that, sincerely, and I say that with passion, and I relate and can feel, the pain, and that the families are feeling, and that you feel. And I know there can be shame in it, but you have nothing to be ashamed about. If you have a problem with alcohol, they call it's an allergy to alcohol. Your body handles alcohol differently. You have a different brain reaction. It's like if you're allergic to peanuts. If some people that drink, say, oh, I used to drink hard liquor, but I just drink beer now. Alcohol is alcohol. I mean, if you're allergic to peanuts, you wouldn't say, well, I'm going to have this Reese's peanut butter cup. maybe my body will react okay to that, or as people say, I haven't had a drink in 10 years, I think I've got this okay, I can manage it. Say you don't eat peanuts for 10 years. Is your body not going to react that way if you have peanuts after 10 years? No, it's going to be the same reaction. Our body makeup doesn't change. So there's just, there's ways that we can, go about life, and there's ways that we can, just, face our disease, and not have to be, you don't have to be out in front, like I said, but, knowing who to reach out to, and knowing that there are people that you can reach out to. You guys reach me in the comments all the time, and I try to respond to all of them. I try to reply to all of them, because, I know that lonely feeling of just, being in your room, or being on the couch, not being able to physically move, it sucks. But I just wanted to kind of give that encouragement out there and say you've got nothing to be ashamed of. You've got enough stuff on your plate to worry about having to kick yourself in the ass. So I love you guys. I love you all very much. Remember to like and subscribe in the comments below. There's my Facebook group for the International Liver Disease and Cirrhosis Support. Head on the International. Also my Twitter handle, Fortress Farms at Fortress Farms 82. So I look forward to seeing you guys here soon, and have a great day.